Okay, guys. I do not understand the clinical insanity of accepting, money and philanthropy over the Lord's Prayer. I don't understand it. I can't explain to you why people are still accepting brain chemical addiction of the competition and conflict over money over the Lord's Prayer. I can't tell you why, as a large group of people, especially in the 21st century with mass communications and instant access to the most humble and intelligent minds ever, and then being able to explain that and quantify it, without any reasonable doubts. I can't tell you. I do know that my life, a lot of these people, no, man, I didn't know that. They had me read Revelation, and when I was in Sierra Vista, and I didn't know about the Spirit of John from the Book of Revelation and stuff. But I said, this is who I am from the. They had the things as far as who you are spiritually through these things. So I'm the Spirit of John, and then I went, okay, the Spirit of John is the Spirit of Jesus. So whoa, and that really infuriates a lot of people with you. Okay, when you tell people I am the Spirit of Jesus Christ, and they'll be like, no, Jesus is God. No, he's not God. Okay, he's the spirit of Father Adam. Okay, there was a man named Adam. Okay, from Africa. Okay, that was of these tribes throughout Africa and Asia, Middle East, Asia, and Europe. All right, that have faith in an omnipotent God. That instead of human beings trying to make God into a possessive pronoun and something, a human invention, he understands that God is the essence of creation, and this is a person a long time ago, okay, who's more intelligent than our scientists today that are using technology to manipulate people to try to get them to do what they want to do, which is when you engage in economic conflict through manipulation through the resources, you're being excessive, you're being compulsive, you're destroying your ecosystem, like that Carole King song, being at war with each other, and a lot of people, they try to say things, they try to quantify things, and at least in that song, Carole King said, there must be someone else who knows better than me, why we keep being. Not everyone does come from one father and one mother. That's a Jewish perception of what they think Adam was saying. Okay. There's no evidence to support that the Chinese or the people in Australia, came from Adam and Eve. Okay. Just like there's no evidence to support that all big cats came from the first two lions or tigers. Okay, there's no evidence to support that. Okay, so that's a human perception of physical existence trying to transcend omnipotent essence, the glory of the soul that provides life to the body. Okay, so don't quibble about tribalism and limited finite perceptions. Just accept the perfection of faith in infinite glory and an eternal existence through reflecting gratitude for the beauty of the gift of life from infinite glory, the soul, the essence of all creation and the essence of the soul. That is the when we know that when there's physical death, that the soul does not remain trapped inside the body and then is tortured. Okay, we're aware of that by studying what happens with the body. But we do realize that there's the soul is not vanquished when the body is no longer the physical temple for the soul. Okay, so a lot of these understandings were explained by people tens of thousands of years before neuroscience, before excessive compulsive biology and ecology and anthropology and things and stuff. So you're talking about people, because past, present, and future operate at the same time, and they're very humble and they're very intelligent, that are more intelligent than most of you that go to school and obsessively study on finite perceptions and think that your finite perception transcends the humility and the faith of Solomon or Adam, which was not true, right? And when people are born and there are stories in advance to their birth explaining this is the spirit of the continuation of this man, and he will redeem the true faithful communication of the spirit of this man, that's something people should take very seriously. The person that is born with that story in advance explaining his existence, that when he's born, you should be looking to that, and you should be aware of that, and it's when it's happening and it's displayed on your devices, to where anyone and everyone that has a library card can go in and go, 13th, 22nd in me. This guy is the person who the book of Revelation is about, right? He's very humble, he's very intelligent, he's very cool, and you won't see him on an HBO special. Or Max, yeah, you bet your ass. He will help you save yourself from your own egotistical expression of excessive, compulsive, narcissistic behaviors. I'm sitting there watching NASCAR advertising. You know, we will park every last fucking NASCAR in the history of the planet, okay, and never do anything that excessive, compulsive again that cause heart disease and birth defects in children. Oh, you can bet your ever-loving, stinking, fucking ugly face on it. Okay, no more Formula One racing. Okay. Not because I'm a tyrant, because I love children and they need fresh air to breathe, and you don't need to drive a car at breakneck speed with chemicals that come out that cause heart disease and birth defects, you stupid fuckbag. Okay? Hi, I'm a lot like King David. Okay? I'm a very emotional person. I hate watching commercials of people being narcissistic and talking bullshit over money, selling Wingstop and holding food hostage for fake ass money. That really pisses me off. You know, I got my family ended up in Sierra Vista, Arizona, and they were like, you know, you're supposed to be the guy from these books and these things. What do? We'll stand up and live the Lord's Prayer way so we can stop being narcissistic and murdering each other over money. And I thought everybody would stand up, and everybody stepped down. And they will be on TV, and they will be on commercials, and they will be smiling, and they will be making lots of money for sexual procreation with a complete narcissistic idiot. Two narcissistic idiots get lots of money and fuck and have a child and pass on that narcissism to a child, and then they talk about it to music and call it love. Nothing pisses me off more, because I'm intelligent and I love your children. I love you too. I just hate watching you call your egotistical expression of narcissism love. Well, because I love your children, and I want you to be able to love your children too. Well, I'm the spirit of your eternal faithful Father, and you should understand now by how much I love you. Okay, let's hope these assholes at NASA can get their shit together and load this one in about a half an hour. Because the last 4 I've made just went chug, 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 we suck, chug, 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 we suck, chug, 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 we suck. We know. Okay. You're a brain chemical addict who will engage in philanthropy to murder people and then try to declare yourself a justice of the peace and a hero. Yeah, it's what? I ain't going for that. You got a disease. Every time you open your mouth, you kill people with your mouth because you're a murdering bag of shit and you got a disease. Every time you open your mouth, for the Lord's Prayer. All right. Redeem yourself. And stop being such a murdering, stupid, narcissistic, brain chemical addicted asshole on TV. Hello, I'm the Messiah and I watch TV. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you think you're in a social position for peace and justice and leadership and you're not staying up for Lord's Prayer, you might want to reevaluate your social position. Okay, I love you.